Hello, my name is Lindsay, and I am going to be talking about the book Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein. This specific copy that I have is two books in one. The front is Where the Sidewalk Ends, and then the back half of it is everything on it. All of the poems and drawings in this book are by Shel Silverstein himself. The book Where the Sidewalk Ends was published in 1974 by Harper and Row. The genre of the book is considered poetry because it contains a series of poems. Because the book consists of only poems, it is not given a lexile number. Instead, it is listed as an NP, which means non-prose. Most poetry books are listed as NP. In order for a book to be given a lexile number, it has to be incomplete sentences, and most poetry books are not. What I like about this book is that Silverstein wrote most of these poems for children, but years later, some of these poems still hold meaning for me today. I also like the illustrations in the book that go along with the poems. Although some of the poems might not make sense, the illustrations help better understand them. There's a specific one about jumping rope in this book that I didn't quite understand, but seeing the picture, I was able to understand that he was just wrapped up in the jump rope. So I think that the illustrations will also help children when reading this book. There are some big words, but I think that illustrations help better understand. You might enjoy the book if you are interested in poetry or if you like a good laugh. Most of the poems are bizarre and funny. Silverstein definitely has an imagination when it comes to writing poems. The age group for the book would be considered or would be kindergarten through 8th grade, although I believe it can be enjoyed by readers of all ages. The book doesn't necessarily have a set group of main characters or a specific setting. Each poem has a different plot that is not related to the next poem. And then I have picked out a few poems to read to you. The first one that I picked out or that I like is called Invitation. It's the first poem of the book, and I believe it's a great, perfect, cute little opener to the book, kind of inviting you into Silverstein's book. So it's Invitation. If you're a dreamer, come in. If you're a dreamer, a wisher, a liar, a hoper, a prayer, a magic bean buyer. If you're a pretender, come sit by my fire, for we have some flax golden tales to spin. Come in, come in. And I think that goes along with the imagination, inviting your imagination to come in and just read these poems. My all-time favorite of the book would be No Difference. It is small as a peanut, big as a giant. We're all the same size when we turn off the light. Rich as a sultan, poor as a mite. We're all worth the same when we turn off the light. Red, black, or orange, yellow, or white. We all look the same when we turn off the light. So maybe the way to make everything right is for God to just reach out and turn off the light. I really enjoy that one, and that is probably one of my favorite poems even today. And then my last one is Listen to the Mustn'ts. Listen to the mustn'ts, child. Listen to the don'ts. Listen to the shouldn'ts, the impossibles, the won'ts. Listen to the never haves, then listen close to me. Anything can happen, child. Anything can be. And I think that is a good one, as you can be anything that you want to be. So that one has also stayed with me years later. But child or adult, if you have not read the book Where the Sidewalk Ends, I think you should. I think it's a great poetry book, especially for children who are learning to write poems. I think that it can definitely open up your imagination. Before reading this book, I would not have even thought that half of these were poems, but I really do enjoy this book. It's one of my favorite poetry books. I can read it anytime. It's a good laugh as well. So if you haven't read it, read Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein.